What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is CryptoTakeOver coming back with another video for y'all again. I know it's been a while since I've been back, but hey, I plan to be consistent now. I'm going to be doing daily updates for y'all as well, and we've hit our subscriber goal, and we are doing well on the channel. So I was sick for the past week or so, and I completely lost my voice. I wasn't able to make videos, but I'm feeling better, and I'm back to give y'all some more Bitcoin insight and info, and here we go. So let's get started. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every time that I make a video. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started here on the coin market cap just to see what's going on here. Let me go ahead and refresh the page so we can see what we have going on. We have Bitcoin at 8,651, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, SV, XRP. Okay, so one of the crazy things that happened over the break while I was gone was that SV had like taken off, and there was this huge spike in SV for a while. As y'all can see here, this huge spike. It has started to consolidate since then, but actually it was below $300 a couple of days ago, and now it's reached back up finally above 300. So very interesting. I'm not a huge fan of SV, to be honest, because I think Craig is just full of himself, and and it's just kind of funny how, you know, he can come out with one statement from someone saying that he has the private keys to Satoshi's wallet, and then the next day you know, his attorney tells him, oh no, you don't have the private keys, and then immediately starts to dump. So I kind of feel like that was a little bit of a pump and dump scheme to maybe get the funds that he needed for this case that he is currently has to pay back, you know, millions of dollars to the Clement family. But to each his own. We'll let that opinion rest. Y'all comment down below, tell me what y'all think of that situation as well. But we did see it flip over Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin Cash had taken off pretty nicely. Pretty nice spikeage here, you know. I think a couple of months ago, mid-June or something, we had saw Bitcoin Cash reach up to like $500. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what our top productive coins are. Bitcoin SV leading the charts, yeah, right back up over $300. I'm kind of curious if there is anything going on with BSV right now. Let's just take a look. See if I can find anything on Craig right now. No, it looks like the latest action was just that he didn't have the keys basically to Satoshi's wallet. They had to come out with a statement saying that, but it does look like it's kind of getting a nice pump. I kind of more or less want to say that this is the FOMO, people buying into this coin too. Let's see, Dash coming up, pretty nice. Bitcoin Gold, Tezos. So have some pretty nice gainers there. Let's see who our big losses are. Steam, MakerDAO. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on into the charts here, look at Bitcoin for a little bit. So also one of the reasons I was kind of holding off a little bit was just because I wanted to see what the price action was gonna be on Bitcoin, and whether or not we were going to be able to sustain this rally up or not. And it does, for the most part, look like that it was sustainable. So I had a few people on my channel kind of comment back to me saying, oh, the bears, all the bears are done, looks like you need to get a new indicator, blah blah blah, this and that. And to be honest, yeah, like I said that, you know, I didn't think that we were gonna break 7,700 or whatever, this and that. But also, if you go back to some of my later videos, I really didn't think that we were going to get to the very top of this trend line up here. But it ends up that we did get to it, and we broke through it. And if you go back to one of my later videos, I have it actually featured on my channel. Whenever you first click the channel, it's a featured video. But I said next time we come back up and test this trend line, we'll probably break through it. And that's exactly what happened, is that we came back up, we broke through it, and now we're retesting support on it. So which is kind of interesting for the most part. This retest to support was what I was really looking kind of forward to. And who's to say that we literally retested the support like on the T for the most part. Y'all can see how exactly this bottom wick that we had our big sell-off yesterday, and it was pretty funny that after all the big moon boys like posted all their videos, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to 10k, and then as soon as they get done posting their videos in the morning, this huge sell-off happens. And just kind of ironic, but that's just like how volatile Bitcoin is, sometimes too. And nothing against those channels, like I follow them religiously and stuff too, so I just try to get sentiment from everyone's perspective for the most part as well. I do kind of want to take off, take off the 200 here. So we just have our 50, the 200 here, and then also the 21 and the 100. Okay. So with that being said, and then I also have another moving average here on Cipher A. That's the 200 as well. I'll go ahead and turn that one off. Just so there's less noise on here, pretty much. That's all I'm kind of curious about. So huge volume spike down. This is what we were kind of waiting for. So I also am part of a few other groups as well, and we had been waiting for a big kind of volume sell-off, and I think this was what we were kind of hoping for. So this volume here, and some people that I'm learning from that I consider mentors of myself, we now have this huge volume spike here of a sell-off. And so in order to neutralize this, we would have to have a really big buy signal to come out. But honestly, I feel like that's not going to happen. And I feel like this could be another slow bleed downward, or we can see some volume come up here to retest certain areas as well. And I'm going to turn on Cipher A just to see what areas that we might end up coming back up to retest as well. But right now we kind of have our eyes on areas about to the 9K, 9100 area. But this is where we were stopped out at, the 9100 area, and we've kind of, pulled back from that area as well. So that was also one of my resistance points that I think I had told the group about as well. So I have a Telegram group, I have a Discord group. If y'all are interested, y'all can join those private groups. Click the Discord link down in the description below, as well as a Telegram group. I'll do signal updates on the Telegram group every once in a while. If I'm not making videos or whatever, then y'all can look forward to my updates on there. Also, if y'all haven't signed up for the newsletter, I do have a newsletter that I'll be going over some more or less probably alts, and just deciding what might be some good alts for y'all to start to look into, do some research on projects, give some news updates, maybe like the Craig Wright, thinks he's Satoshi updates or whatever. So yeah, go get signed up for this. Also, I do giveaways sometimes. I did a $50 BCH giveaway at 1,000 subs, and then I did another giveaway. I did a Ledger giveaway at 500 subs as well. So I'm just kind of working out to see what the next giveaway is going to be, but y'all need to be signed up through the newsletter as well. So that's the first link down in the description below. Y'all can get signed up for the newsletter, and stay tuned for the next giveaway on that. So here on our 1 hour, we'll kind of go through, make our way up to the higher time frames here. So our 1 hour kind of looks like we're headed towards the upside. Money flow is kind of peaking red just a little bit though too, so it could indicate some sell-off pressure. But to see if we get a higher volume here, it probably is not going to be anywhere near as big as this red sell-off volume that we had. But if we get some nice buy volume here, we could retest back up into this area as well. I would say probably, maybe not that high, but say somewhere around here, maybe 89 to 9K. Probably get some retest back over there in that area. I'm still doing a little bit more of studying in Elliott Wave too as well, and I feel like Elliott Wave is probably our, you know, being that we do use Market Cipher here on the channel, we are supposed to be using Heikinashi candles as well. And so that's what I have here. I'm using Heikinashi, but these are nice at wave indication, wave counts as well too. So I'm starting to study a little bit more about wave counts and how to recognize them, how to count them, and just furthering my knowledge into the crypto space. So as I start to learn more of the TA skills, I will gladly start to do some better TA for y'all as well too. So you can see we reached underneath our 21 here as well. I want to go back to the 1 hour. I just want to see where we're at with the VWAP on the SR. Does kind of look like we're trending underneath the VWAP. Does look like we kind of want to peak back up, but we've had this nice retest bounce down from VWAP as well. Let's go into our 4 hour here. So kind of resting underneath this 21 right now too, and in between the 100. But that's not to say that we can't peak back up and then come back down again as well. We do have some nice downwards momentum here on our 4 hour too. Let's take a look at our buy sell signal. Nice sell here on that big sell off. Let's take a look at our 6 hour. Some sell off pressure. Still have a pretty nice green money flow. As you can see, it's starting to curve down just a little bit though too. So we can see what might happen there. Let's take a look at our 8 hour. 8 hours still. If we come underneath this resistance, the 0 point average area, then we'll probably notice some nice sell off here on our 8 hour as well. We did have a sell signal here a while back, and then finally it peaked down after we touched the 9100 area as well. Let's take a look at our 12 hour. 12 hour sell signal here. That's a pretty nice indication. I always like to look at the 12 hour based on my buy whale sell signal indicator and the settings I'm using with Wolfpack and everything. That is a indication that that's my 12 hour is probably my best indication that we will see some sell off too. But this could have been the last of our sell off. We could still come back down. It does look like we're getting support on that 21 moving average here on the 12 hour. But if we come back down and test the 0 point pivot point on our Cipher B, then I would imagine we'll probably see some nice momentum to the downside as well too. So I'm not full on bear just yet, but I'm also not full on bull, and the reason being we'll hop into it here on our daily. But one of the things I had told the Telegram group was that our 200 moving average was stopping us out, and as you can see here, whenever I turn on the 200-day moving average, we peaked right above the 200, but then we completely got turned to the other side. And our 200 is a pretty good indication of whether or not we're in a bull run or not. And right here in this area, when we had the China pump, a lot of people were saying, okay, here we go, we're ready for the bull run again, and we peaked up above it, but then we came back down, and we were like, oh, okay, well, we're just gonna need to consolidate, have some capitulation happen here. I did kind of want to look further back a little bit too. Let's turn off the Aldos and the simple moving average. Let's see back here what happened. If we peaked above it, a few times, and then consolidated underneath, capitulated actually more or less, but then came back up, capitulated again, and then rose back up again. So I like the 200. I know a lot of other channels out there use the 200 as well to determine whether or not they're full bullish or whatever. To be honest, I feel like it's a good indication for myself whether or not I'm full on bull or not. So that is one that I'll be keeping an eye on, is that 200-day moving average, to determine whether or not I'm full on bull. And let's just see where it's at right now. I didn't even see what price target we're at. It's at about 9,000 right now too. And that is probably where we will end up retesting, maybe a little bit below that. I honestly don't see us testing anywhere above that again, but I could be wrong. We could pierce through it again, maybe test 9100 like we did here, but I feel like we're getting stopped out by it and that we need a little bit more momentum and buy pressure to be able to close a candle above that as well. So we're going to need the bulls to step in to decide whether or not they want us to get above that 200-day moving average. But as far as I can tell, even here on our daily, I told y'all in the Telegram group whenever we did get stopped out by the 200 that we had a red dot here as well, and we haven't had a green dot pop up since then. Now we do have our money flow peaking into the green as well, which is one indication that CryptoFace uses, I guess, to determine whether or not we're a little bit bullish or whether or not that we'll see a spike up. And as you can see here, it has kind of proven itself a little bit, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be enough buying pressure to quite get us up there just yet. It does look pretty nice though. It does look like we've kind of peaked a little bit, but our VWAP is still pretty much sold off as well. Kind of want to see what you can see here with VWAP and moving into that. So we're going to need the bulls to step in if they want to get us above that 200. We had this nice sell pressure here, as you can see, but we would need to equivalent that to some buying pressure or buying volume as well if we really wanted to probably break above this 200 again. It's possible, but at the same time, I feel like this red dot is just kind of consolidating itself out a tad bit. Pretty nice deep cut down here as well. Doesn't mean we couldn't consolidate a little bit and then decide to move back up into that, retest that 200 EMA as well. So I'll go ahead and decide to move this off real quick too. And then let's go into our two-day to our 3-day, see what's happening here. Some nice buying momentum here on our 2-day as well. Still have some buy signals here for our 2-day. And honestly, I'm gonna say that I don't see really big selling pressure happening just quite yet. But that also, once we decide to start to, I would say we're going to need some consolidation here, and this could take a while to play out. And I know there's a lot of other people saying that this is gonna take a while to play out until we either start to move up or we have our next wave down as well too. So what some of the Elliott waivers are saying is that we had an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, and now we're waiting for our XY WXY correction, or possibly WXY Z correction. And so if maybe I can try counting it out here for y'all, although Elliott wave is not my go-to, but let's say here. And I do believe that they are saying that X, Y, and then some. I'd have to mess around with Elliott wave. I'm still trying to understand it just a little bit better, but I'll mess with it a little bit, and I can tell y'all why this count for us here, where some of the Elliott waivers are still expecting kind of a move downwards as well too. And as we start to get into these higher time frames, I really wanted to deep dive into the analysis today because it's been so long since I've made a video as well, and there's a lot of people asking me to make videos right now too. Just wondering where I've been at and stuff. So I did want to kind of get into the TA a little bit better here as well. But to continue that, I am using TradingView to chart today, and y'all can get signed up with the link down in the description below. I'm using the Pro Plus plan, which allows me to have more indicators on the screen as well. If y'all just want to long-term hodl, put it on the ledger, save it for another 5 to 10 years, use a ledger, Nano X or S. Y'all can use my link down in the description below to help support the channel as well. If y'all are interested in leverage trading or trading on Bybit, y'all can use the link down in the description below. I had someone reach out to me the other day and they asked me, hey, what's the best way to, turn 0.005 BTC into 0.01 BTC or something like that? And I was like, well, make sure you have a method of trading that's working for you, and and you really need to back test that method as best as possible. And the best way to do that is to not go onto a leverage exchange and start depositing your Bitcoin. You really want to use their test nets if they offer it. And Bybit does offer a test net that you can use. So you have to get signed up with the link in the description below, but then when you click this chat box down here, you can ask support how to get started with the testnet. It's basically just using fake Bitcoin to trade in and off of the market, but it's a good way to practice your TA skills, your trading skills, and further them even better. So I've also been introduced to Prime XBT trading platform, which is available for US citizens, and they have a list of different commodities on here that you can trade, as well as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, all these here. You can do crude oil, gold, S&P 500, and some Forex trading pairs as well that they offer on there. And then I am using the Brave browser as well. I love using the Brave browser. I get BAT token for viewing ads. You can also tip me in BAT token if you'd like as well. I am a content creator of the Brave browser, so go ahead, click that link down in the description below, start earning BAT token as you search the web. And so as we can see, let's start to dive into a little bit more here of the TA on our 2-day. So we're kind of topping out here on our 2-day Cipher B wave a little bit, not putting in a red dot just quite yet, but nice money flow trend to the red side here as well. It is kind of moving back upward, but we still could consolidate out just a tad bit before we start to move into a green money flow. And that's basically just saying that, once this turns green or it's still red, that it's a good indication to not go against the trend, or if it's in the red, then you probably should be shorting the market for less risk, or if it's in a green money flow, that you probably should be longing the market for less risk. So it's just an easy way to determine what the trend is at the moment. And our 3-day here, kind of topping out as well a little bit too. Does look pretty bullish, to be honest, but at the same time we've had this previous spikes up to then further to the downside as well too. And what I'm really curious about, and what we're kind of waiting for, if you are more of a bearish sentiment right now as well, our crosses here, but then also we can see these two, what CryptoFace has known to call them as blood fangs as well, and how these are kind of playing out to be very similar. One thing that I noticed was that this clip at the very top here kind of correlates with what we did back in July of 2018 as well, for right after another sell-off. So if we start to see this VWAP start to clip down just a tad bit, then I would say that we could probably make somewhat of a same fractal pattern that we had back here. But as we know, things don't line up perfectly in this market either. But it's can't be unnoticed that this looks very similar to the same type of blood fangs that we had back here in 2018 as well. The fact that they're not big green dots either is another indication that kind of just has me on edge just a tad bit. But our big death cross would probably be this 21 and 100 moving average that crosses, that would be pretty detrimental to the market, if anything. And I've measured these out before too, and the cross would more or less likely happen in mid-February. And funny thing that is quite interesting about mid-February is that with this whole Craig Wright situation that is happening right now too, that by mid-February he's supposed to have the funds available for the Clement family to hand over, which is millions of dollars. And it's just been told that he doesn't have the private keys, but I'm not 100% sure why SV is still pumping. I would imagine because he needs the funds to fund this payment that he has to pay this family back as well too. I was supposed to do an interview with the Bitcoin SV channel as well to maybe ask them a few questions, but I feel that come mid-February something pretty dramatic is going to happen, and that we are kind of in a decision point right now, but to also know whether or not we have started the bull run or not just quite yet. But the fact that we are getting stopped out at that 200 on the daily, I have to still, I'm not completely bull yet. I'm not on the bull side just quite yet, to be honest. So we're getting close. But that 200-day moving average really deciphers whether or not we are ready for the next bull run. So, and I can also, decide to draw some more trend lines here for y'all, but we are still making lower lows, as you can see. So, and one of our key areas is this 9K area, 9,300-ish area. Our last high from China Pump was at 10K, and I would say if we could get back up to 10K, it's looking good. But to me, this is still a lower high, so I cannot be full on bull just yet. Let's take a look at our 6-day here. 6 days looking nice. Wanting to peak up here as well. Take a look at our weekly and our 2-week as well. So these time frames are looking pretty good for the most part, but also at the same time, we didn't get these big green dots here, and it just has me a little on edge, a tad bit to maybe not be as bullish as I thought I would have, or that we're going to be an extremely high volatility type of market here as well. So if you take a look at our weekly, also kind of moving to the upside here as well, but also putting in that green money flow on that red money flow on our 2-week as well, to maybe signal some more sell-off as well here too, possibly coming back down to put in a red dot later on. And our monthly is looking really crazy right now. So if we take a look at our monthly with our Heikinashi candles as well, we can see that we have an extremely interesting looking doji here with our candle body just slim to none, with just a huge Darth Maul wicks happening on there as well. So I'd be interested to see how this monthly candle decides to close, because I've also stated that we put in our first red candle back in December, which indicated that our trend was still headed downwards as well too. And with the candle body that much, I don't think we've ever seen that during a bull run either. So that December sell-off with the huge candle body, but then starting here in January, this candle body is like slim to none right now. So I would say once our monthly close happens at the end of January, we can see what will decide to happen here. So we're gonna need to see some volume come into the market, and I feel like there was a lot of volume, but it was kind of a slower run up the past couple of days to test that 200 moving average and to break us out of this channel. But we are coming back down to retest it right now as well too, and we're just going to need to see the bulls step in to get us above that 200-day moving average, like I was on Cipher A here, a 200-day moving average, or we see the sell-off pressure to come back down into this channel. And I know some people have drawn it on Coinbase chart to where we're still inside the channel as well, but I've kind of kept my Bitstamp chart for the same for the most part, and it we have broken out of the channel, and I'm just going to leave this the same pretty much, but we did come back down to retest that upper trend line support of the channel now as well too. So does that mean that we could start to ride down this channel? Possibly, and consolidate down on top of this channel as support. That's very possible as well too. But we're going to need to see some volume by the bulls to get us above this 200-day moving average as well. Otherwise, I can't say that we're in the next bull run. So let's keep an eye on the markets together. It is Martin Luther King holiday, so I think most of the people are off right now as well too. Another thing is that this is a nice doji reversal candle here as well too, putting in somewhat of a red candle, not a full body red candle, but maybe the next one possibly as well too if we don't see some buying pressure. So enjoy the holidays. You don't have to watch the market all the time. Just know that these are our support and resistance right now at the 200-day and then the top of this trend line support. And with that being said, y'all, I just wanted to also tell y'all about CryptoTab browser. I'm using this on 2 other computers. It's an easy way to mine Bitcoin straight from your web browser. I just have it running in the background on 2 of my computers right now, and it's an easy way to earn passive income. But basically, you just mine Bitcoin straight from your web browser. It's super easy to get set up too. So click that link down in the description below if y'all are interested in making some passive income and to use those computers that you probably haven't used in a while. The older computers, you can just download it on there, and I think it also works on your iPhones and tablets as well too. Y'all can start. It's an easy way to start mining Bitcoin without having all the confusion of setting up a mining rig and stuff. Also, y'all can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, message me on there if y'all have any questions. Y'all can donate to the PayPal account as well. And with that being said, we'll take a look at the Tensor charts at another day. I feel like this video is kind of going on pretty long right now. And then also we can take a look at the Ag Trader as well. It's an easy way to kind of look at order books to see what's going in and out of the markets. But we'll dive into that at a later time. Kind of got that idea from Jacob Canfield, a great trader as well. And I want to say have a good rest of the evening. Don't get stressed out about the markets. This markets will be around for a long time, and we will always have the platforms to better ourselves and to study Bitcoin to its full extent. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll speak with y'all in the next episode or on the next video. Peace.